So my frustration comes with the city attorney, again, getting back to point, is I believe that as council, as the elected body, we should have been notified with this whole HUD complaint going back and forth, and you accepted responsibility because you said that this was back when we had the interim city manager, and you apologized.
I didn't accept responsibility. That was, I'm sorry, there are some separations in this city. One, I don't know for sure if you never got notice or not, but my thing is what I said that night was to explain that, yes, it did happen. But, you know, the city manager, no offense, because you're sitting here, but you weren't sitting there at the time, that's there is that responsibility. I can't accept responsibility for things that aren't in my bailiwick. That's one of them. And when you talk about things like the trust documents, we talked about those documents, and I can't tell you how many, probably at least 5 or 6, at least 1, 2, I would guess 4, because I don't want it to be accused of exaggerating, open meetings since July, let alone in all the closed sessions. And I've never once was asked for it. I'm sorry, I'm not a mind reader to know what may or may not be important on a particular night. But if you wanted to see it, as soon as I knew that's what you wanted, I produced them for everyone. We got them, I got copies, and we sent them out. And I'm sorry that you're frustrated. I mean, that's, you know, we've been talking about doing a facilitated meeting. I don't think we should keep doing it here. There is a thing called the Brown Act, and we need to wind this down, but I felt like I needed to respond. And the trust documents are a good example, because we go through, we explain things, we put it into you know, summary format for you, and if someone doesn't say to me, I want that source document, I'm not going to produce them. I'm not even going to think about it unless you ask. So I'm sorry that we need to come to some kind of understanding. But part of what you're talking about tonight was not my responsibility, and I'm going to assert that again. It's not my responsibility. Do I want to assist the council getting the information you want? Absolutely. And I've never not done that. I've never not tried to assist staff in meeting your needs. But I will not continue to be taken to task for stuff that was not within my bailiwick, that I had nothing to do with, and didn't even know was still going on, but knew enough to be able to answer a question intelligently that night.
Madam City Attorney, again, I still think that when we only have 2 employees to report to us, how difficult can it be? 2, if there is a letter that has been submitted on a complaint on a vote that the council took that prevents money from going to 2 different organizations that we voted for under the community block grant, and we don't find out until months later. None of us on the dais knew about it. Don't you think maybe professionally, respectfully, we should have known that by the way?
I absolutely think you should have. And I have no way to know, just as tonight, that Mr. Scott sitting here saying he sent you information, that was never sent out. I have no way to know
actually,
that.
Mr. Scott didn't even know.
I'm saying he used an example tonight of he sent you something, and some of you said you got it and some of you said you didn't.
I've always, since day one on council, send me hard copies. I don't trust emails. I don't trust electronics. I like to see a hard copy. I write my notes. It's never been a secret. Send me paperwork.